Hello. 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 Good morning. Howdy there. Oh. I was once again up late. This time I was playing Deadlock. We lost the last match. And I was like, you know, it's okay. It's fine. I can go to sleep with a loss. So unfortunate. Got reverse swept. Could have kept it to myself, but I figured you guys need to know. It's important. So went to bed at like 3. It's quite alright though. Because I'm here. I'm a little late. But I'm here. Give me a sec. How's it going? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. After today, everyone's free. Yippee. I'm gonna go ahead and move over here. Today we've got more Anthology of the Killer. I'm really digging this game. You know, there's a difference between a spooky game and a scary game. There's different degrees. This is a spooky game. You know, when I think of spooky, I think of like pumpkin shaped sugar cookies and witches in their cauldron and skeletons and spider webs and decorations for Halloween. When I think of scary, I think of like horror. And so far this game hasn't been horrific. It's been scary. It's been spooky, I mean, but not scary. You feel me? Like, I think Gravity Falls is spooky, but not scary. Actually, I haven't finished Gravity Falls. I want to, though. That's one of the series that's like, I don't know. Hey, I feel like they don't make shows like that. That's rare. Really good show. From what I watched of it. And it's right up my alley because I love like folklore and stuff like that. And there's a monster of the week kind of deal. In fact, I watched this show a little bit before it left Amazon Prime. I only saw a couple videos. But of this 1980s movie or TV series, it's called Monsters. Monsters Show. American TV series. And it's like, it's not scary. It's spooky. But yeah, they sort of have these like practical effects. Actually, some of these episodes look kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. But if you're a fan of like the creature features that they have in a bunch of these like 80s shows, that right up your alley. You know, it's like a step up from Goosebumps. is how I feel about it from what I saw. And some of the plot lines were kind of interesting. Like there was a TV host with like a doll, and then it's like the doll came to life, and it felt like a metaphor for either this ventriloquist having to grow up versus, like, you know, playing with dolls and animatronics and sort of, I don't know, maybe it's following her dreams, maybe, in a way. But she had to choose between, like, having a baby and starting a family with a guy versus, you know, the show that she loved working on. And I'm just gonna spoil the episode. In the end, she smashes the doll, but not before the doll is able to stab her fiance and kill him. And she gets put into, like, you know, the psych ward. Because they think she was controlling the doll and the doll as it was stabbing someone. But it turned out it was just alive. It's crazy. It's so cool though. It's so cool. Monsters was pretty sick. But it's like, I don't know. I kind of don't If it was like an allegory for growing up, and I guess her indecision is what made it so that she has to grow up still. You know, there is no choice. Actually, it's just a matter if you're going to delay it or not. But in the process, you know, it got much harder if she didn't choose it of her own volition. It had to reach, like, critical mass before she did anything about it. Gosh, it was good. It was good. Okay. One second. I'm gonna go ahead and boot up the game. Then we can mess around with the audio a little bit, see what's going on. Ah, there we are. There we are. Okay, so it's the coming thing. All young people love it. Anthology of the Killer. I really like this. This is like up my alley too, because we have a bunch of what? Sort of creature features, except it's with a different killer every time. Or like a victim of the killer. And like, there's this really cool world building that's going on, that you would think that each of these little short stories are unconnected, but they really are. And there are references to stuff you did in the past, or what BB did in the past. Alright, where are we at? Eyes of the Killer? Did we do that one? Oh yeah, we did. That was the play. Flesh. Alright, we're at 5. Not the bonus tunnel. Not drool. I really like that. The water park as a setting is really cool. In the theater, the bear's just special effects. Alright, now here it is. Flesh. What is this? Oh, it's an art museum. It's an art museum. Beautiful stuff. Alright. I like art museum settings. Have you guys ever played Ib? That took place in an art museum and I thought it was quite cool. What are we doing here? The coast is clear. Up this way. Stop treading on my rope. What are we? What are we doing? Oh, we did the classic sneak into a place by pretending to be cargo. Classic maneuver. There's some high valuable crates. This must be how rich people live. Which direction were we going again? I'm just wandering around. At this point. What, are we in a toga? BB, hurry with the light. Execute Omega tactics. I don't know what that means. Stop yelling at me. Wow, this is just like being in a bank. Well, we kind of are. Those are the aesthetics of power. Stay alert. Wait, let me bump up the volume. I can't believe there's no security so far. If I had stuff stored here, I'd be really irate. Maybe it's a Rhoda issue. Oh, that was really freaking loud. The music is just quiet. We're gonna have to deal with it. Stay alert. We're too conspicuous out here. You're the one who insisted we all dress this way. Why are we even meant to be? Oh, we're in togas and stuff? I thought more of these statues would have heads. That's why we're disguised as virtues, to blend in. Oh. Wait, we are? Which virtues? Well, let me see. There's Dusty, Gummo, Jurisprudence, the one with the hair. Anyways, we're wasting time. Let's just keep going. Boy, they really went all out. I thought this place was meant to be a secret. Well, not to everyone. What is this guy strangling a lion? Is this meant to be Hercules? He looks a bit off-brand. He's probably one of the donors. Being portrayed as a god is one of the traditional benefits of art patrons. It's either of us. If either of you wants our Herculesona, let me know. I'm friends with a guy online. No unauthorized access. Oops, I guess we should just head home. No, I saved for weeks for that big crate. He had to buy the crate? It's crazy. Hey, the stupid golden elevator's cordoned off. Leave it. What we want should be down the stairs. What we want? Heh, it's here. I knew it'd be here. What? That? The handshake? Museum of Moral Art. So the legends were true. BB, the lead-in that we talked about. Oh, thank you for giving us a little context. Ahem. On March XXXX, an expedition was assembled to confirm the existence of an urban legend. In a tax-exempt Freeport just outside the city, artworks were being stored for display in a private museum. Here to shine light on a murkier than normal corner of the art world are representatives of all the major fields: Max photography, Claude, art history. Ray, relational aesthetics. BB, zines. All findings to be submitted. Okay, hit us with the Resident Evil door. All findings to be submitted as an end-of-term group assignment for community college. 20 credits. Oh, I see. So they're all in a community college class for an end-of-term assignment. Well, I hate to admit it, but this place is really very swish. I can feel my culture level rising just from walking around. The hallway's paintings have a vanitas theme, an homage to the erotic skull art of yesteryear. Oh. The catalog modestly lists assembled masterpieces: skull with ball, skull with fruit basket, skull with flesh, a devastating rebuke to the vanity and transitoriness of having flesh. How many of these are there? Wow, this is art, huh? They just have skulls and everything. What the? That lady has her pants being tugged down by a dog, but there's a skull there. A tasteful plaque acknowledges the tax-deductible charity donation from the Zacklers of opioid industry fame. Wait, that can't be right. Zacklers? They changed their names to seem relatable to younger juries. Huh. What's this one called? World o' Skulls by MT Lot. Yeah, I guess it's fun to have a theme. Ooh. Wash your hands. Apparently moral art is going through a boom period right now on account of all the murders. Who says there's no ethical way to make money? I wonder how much these are all worth. So we're here just to... Wait, why couldn't we just go in during the day? Or maybe it's like an urban legend that there is an exhibit that you can't normally get to. Certificates of provenance hangs discreetly on the walls to let you know you're not being imbued with any counterfeit morals. Some of the countries these were taken from no longer exist. Certificate of provenance. So these are real morals. I bet there's like some higher commentary here that I'm not able to grasp. I just know it. The canvases all come pre-enclosed in little Ziploc wrappings to prevent scuffs during trades and resale. The little touches are always what you're paying for. Okay, little Ziploc wrap. Whoa, what is the clown room is crazy. Clowns regard me from north, south, east, and west. I guess this place is still enough of a traditional museum to have a curse-feeling children's recreation area. Hey, BB, check this out. It's a collection of children's book illustrations. Look, there's 4 children in Lamasu. Is that the one where they all get hit by a truck on entering puberty? What the heck? This one looks familiar. Isn't this Pleasant Child and Horrible Child? My favorite was always the Horrible Child. Look, I see it. The Pleasant Child? Is it the one with the smile? Or is the Pleasant Child the one that's like rotting on the floor? I don't know. Maybe it's like they're switching your expectations. A subversion, they call it in the biz. Something to think about. It looks like we need a pass to get to the door, but you're able to pick locks, right? Why would you think that? Alright. I guess I need to go back. I must admit, I could get used to a museum without any crowds. Whoa. Even the security seems very discreet. I could really believe we're the only living people here. I always thought art had to be stored cold, but the air in here is tropical and humid, like being a reptile house. Maybe they're trying out a new technique. Oh gosh, these paintings are gonna get moldy. Mistrust the stranger. Look at that! They look like clowns dancing. Another themed collection, Mistrust the Stranger. Look out for strangers. Who's there? A stranger. Hand taps your shoulder. It's the stranger. All the hits. Interesting. Wait, let me check to see if the... Oh yes, here! In a beautiful house in the gallery district, the famous artist Christo is wrapping things up in plastic. Dogs, birds, human bodies, a guitar? It seems derivative, but nobody's paying me for my opinions. Anyways, business seems to be moving on. The twitching plastic heaps are spilling out of the gallery and into the streets and rivers nearby. They're being taken home or presented to museums thrown in the backseat of a car on the long drive home to secluded estates secured somewhere in a Freeport vault. Be sure to check it out while you can. There's never been a better time to get into art. Strange Hand Series. Have you heard this rumor? If you check into a certain room of a certain hotel and go to bed, a hand will come out at night and start to scuttle around upon the covers like a big spider. If you make it through the night without making a sound, the next morning you'll discover a 15% off voucher for a discount glove outlet which no longer exists. So this right here is the zine, Strange Town Series. This is the zine that BB made. So that means she survives all these killer encounters, canonically. Awesome. Hey, I recognize this. Klopp stalks 3 owls impaling a naked woman on a sword. It's on loan from the lobby of the police department. Oh, frick. 3 owls impaling. I see the 3 owls. Yep. And I see the naked woman getting impaled. Yep. Yep. Yeah, it all checks out. Oh, I hate these ones. There was a print in my bedroom when I was a kid. I always thought the elephant changed positions a bit whenever I looked the other way. Ooh. Oh, I see. The elephant. Hey, at least we're not here alone. I always thought they were weird. What are they even meant to represent? Well, there's a story that if you hold your hand out to an elephant, it will place its paw softly on yours and look you dead in the eye. Huh. His paw? I never thought elephants had paws, they just had feet. Hand plus hand. So there's a lot of hand stuff. There's a lot of elephant. Look at that muscular forearm. That's mine? Yeah, that's mine. If you're a good person, it will simply shake your hand. But if you're a bad person, that it will stomp down and maim you instantly. I used to have nightmares about it. What's morals to an elephant? That's so true. Anyways, Claus says it's probably just a metaphor for man's dominion of the earth or something. No, it sounds real. I've watched a documentary about this. I think I saw a video of like of elephants like not stepping on people, but they will crush a watermelon. Oh. Also, welcome Lily. Hello. A sign on the wall announced that this is the hall. This is the hall of morally improving mechanisms. I hope they at least rinse these things out before display. You know, this is so interesting to me. That this entire gallery is dedicated to moral art. Because how much of art is really moral? You know, isn't it just like a lot of the museums have like stolen art and stuff like that? That's just been swapping hands throughout history until it, I don't know, someone pays enough to keep it at their exhibit. You do work for Stream Visuals? No, I'm quite alright, but thank you so much for the offer. And another thing is, you know, I think about this. I think about, because I used to be on the internet all the time. I kind of am still. But I mean like on Twitter and Instagram and stuff. And one thing that I notice a lot is that people get canceled. You know? I don't know if you know this, but people get canceled. And that basically means there are some, like, moral foundings that someone has, like, breached. So, like, you find out that this content creator cheated on someone. And so now everyone's going to cancel them, calling them a horrible person, and that they should die. And, like, stop. And people should stop supporting their content. What was I trying to say? Right. And so I went to a museum and I was wondering, like, I wonder how many of these people whose artworks we're admiring would actually get canceled. You see, I don't know anything about, like, the authors. You know, whoever is making these pieces. But in the same way that, like, making stuff in the early 2000s is a different time than making stuff now. Versus making stuff that was like 100, 200 years ago. I bet all those artists did stuff that they would be canceled for. You know? And they're out here on full display. So what is moral art? Is what I'm trying to say. Well, what is this? Oh boy, new media. This one is a cabinet for Wanpaku Dead Wife, the video game that makes you cry. From medium auteur Joe Grown. How many dead wives can you collect? I think my top score is 8. Interesting. What is this? That thing's creeping me out. Whoa. Instructive moral diorama. From the 19th century, depicting the doleful fates of those who commit simony? What's this on the side? Cabinet 28 of 246. Please insert coin. Moralometer. Is crazy. Morality Animal by MT Lot. The plinth is empty. Isn't this kind of conceptual gesture a little played out? Morality Animal. So they're saying there is no moral animal. This part feels like a storage area. But for pieces that were insufficiently good or insufficiently moral or what? Hey, someone left their second floor keycard here. Maybe they were overcome by aesthetic effect. Over here there are haphazard paintings of people in security uniforms smiling and playing the harp. Well, at least I can see why they didn't make a cut. Huh. Wait, you know, this is like one of the times I actually don't mind walking through exhibits and like backtracking. Because there's like a lot of visuals here. Oh, Max, are you still there? Why is everything all knocked about? This is exactly why I prefer to go off by myself. Oh my goodness, look at the elephant paintings. Yeah, everything is disheveled. I must admit, I could get used to the museum without any— oh, okay. Empty lot. Huh. Wait, our friend's gone. Okay, he's still here. Pondering the immutable, empty lot. Sure, a lot of paintings by this guy. That's what I was gonna say. It's no surprise, ever since his first appearance, Empty Lot was recognized as one of the leading lights of neo-moral art. New moral art versus old moral art. His work includes refreshing updates on all the classic motifs: life safeties, don't wake papa, repayment of a debt. A cynical age was won over anew by the elegance of these simple but lasting moral themes. What, like putting a skull over junk? So what happened to him? Well, he eventually arrested for eating a woman. But that doesn't mean his work has nothing to teach us. Bro, all this moral art and you end up eating a woman is crazy. Incidentally, isn't putting a moral art museum into a Freeport kind of a mixed message? Well, traditionally, tax evasion counts as a political issue rather than a moral one. How about trespassing? That one's actually moral again. They really get you coming and going with these things. Man, it smells rank in here. I wonder if this is some kind of secret art preservation strategy. Well, that's what we're here to learn. Oh wait, there's a hodgepodge of all the stuff we've seen, like the elephant and the four kids. Suzanette and the Stranglers. Hey, a new empty lot. Never seen that one. What if it was found after his death? Well, the paint is still wet. Suzette and the Stranglers? That means something is still here? What is that? Is that empty lot? I thought we might have some kind of trouble. Just leave this guy to me. Gonna get you, man. I was the #1 delinquent on my Hans Obrist reading group. Run! He straight up just got ate. What is this? Why am I holding a vase? She became a piece of art. I'm sure there was a good reason in this, the best of all possible worlds, but now I better get back to my tour. There are 88,000 more rooms in the Pantheon to see. So what are we? We're a statue now? This is poignance and elegance in these statues. How beautiful in every respect. Makes me want to scream and I don't know why. I guess that's what they mean by disinterested contemplation. Shake hands. Well, although everything here is as beautiful and classical as can be, I'm starting to feel a little uneasy. I don't remember how I got in here, and there seems to be no exits. Also, who's making that sound? I mean, we're in the belly of this... Nice hands, let me eat. Hey, I hate it! Wait, did I just fall out of a painting? Oh, it was the hand painting. Well, I prefer not to think about that. Oh, wait, look at all our friends. There's the skull painting. Right now, I just want to escape from the museum before I end up in an award-winning traveling corpse exhibit. Here's Max and Ray, but the paintings are too high for me to get by myself. I hope they're trapped in better visions of the good than I was. At least. What, so we need an elevator to try to bring them out? Whoa, what are those creepy? Wet paint mixed in multicolor. Sludge drips down the walls. An inscrutable moral tableau can be dimly glimpsed underneath. I can hear gloved hands scuttling on marble tile ahead. Yeah, what are all these? Blobby, misshapen pseudo-BBs grin back at me from all the walls. There are so many unique paintings in this. You can tell that the devs really took their time in like shaping all of these levels. They are all so unique. Holding tennis rackets, tiny dogs, frozen images of my own best life. Can I escape in the middle of a conversation to a moral icon? Smiling reflections reach towards me from every side. For a second I want to climb back into the canvas, and maybe all that stops me is a deep desire to remain annoying instead. Ah! Is this a door or just a painting of a door? Well, I guess I walked into that. Is this a different kind of paint world? The air here feels less reverent, thick with smoke, and a smell like rotten eggs. Oh. In their filthy cave outside the good there lurks the strangers, waiting to commit unspeakable crime. Hey, there's the bird! There's the killer. For unintelligible reasons. They watch me but make no move to chase, busy haunting the doors of the ideal. What? In the meaty paint? When I climb back out, I'm in some kind of boardroom. Part of the Freeport's exclusive executive suite. The managers hang upon the walls. Mean ex-cops and art world toadies locked in moral display. Over there are pictures of the board directors, anonymized to protect the safety of the city's leading families. Still, the glaring red eyes are sort of familiar. Board of directors is the same as the patrons of the arts. From the theater. Mission statement: the horrible murders the city has driven renewed interest in moral ideas. To protect existing investments, a marvelous vault, secures the eternal verities from tax responsibilities. There is some comfort to know that even when everybody is dead, morality can last forever. A little box. A little display full of corporate promo materials. They all look extremely unread. Hey, not yet, Wait a minute. Bibi, is that you? Claude! Hey, I'm glad you're alright. I wasn't sure whether or not you, Why are you whipping yourself with that... what looks like a security lanyard? Well, the thing that got Ray was kind of a morality robot, right? So I thought, maybe if the rest of us, repented and trying to adopt its teachings, it's not taking moral lessons from... I'm not taking moral lessons from a mechanical lion. It hasn't even been elected. How come nobody in this town can go 10 minutes without starting a cult? We'll go find Ray and Max quick and then Vamoose. I thought they'd been turning to paintings. It's not so bad. It gives you a new perspective. Huh. Hey, Claude's following us now. Imagine being turned into a painting. That's crazy. More paintings. I wonder being trapped inside these things is some kind of ironic punishment for trespassing in the museum. The world of morality weirdly resembles that of cheap slasher films, huh? Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, look at these ionic columns. But now I just want to get out of here. Hey, the canvases in here were all stripped bare. Well, except for that one. Garden 2 by MT Lot. Is it me or this one seem a bit more work than the others? Uh-oh. Realism. In the lion's garden, the air is clear and smells like drying blood. Flower stalks are shaking at the lack of wind. Somebody is looking at me I cannot see. Somebody is looking to eat me. The lion is well tended, but not for me. I can glimpse the rightful owner stalking around me through the grass. I know there are more lions since I can't see them. Something close is licking blood from its jaws. The plain behind the tree keeps stretching and I can see shapes waiting in the shadow of hexagonal ruins for the day to cool. Oh my goodness! Oh, this is so goofy. It's not hot here, but it's close to not realizing I'm covered in sweat, plastering my hair down and falling in my eyes. My back is sore. I realize I've been tensing it, waiting for a pounce. Oh my god. These lion noises. Hey, BB, I thought the elephant got you. Let's not talk about the elephant. What are you guys up to? Waiting to die? I wonder what happens when you die here. Do you just become another moral prop? Like all the vases, cherubs, bowl of fruit, and circulating endlessly from painting to painting? What, so you think the lion just responds to moral iconography without knowing what any of it means? It's just mechanical pattern recognition? I don't know, I was sort of just complaining. Sire, greetings! You're just in time for the opening act of an instructive moral play. Would you like to sit in the first act? Verily, esteemed parent, with courtesy and desire for self-betterment, I ask thee, what is it that is best in life? The most important thing is wash your hands. Wasn't that beautiful? Perhaps with patience and compassion we may all someday... Now, Ray, now! It's me, the horrible child. Quickly, hit it while it's down. Sic semper. The last king with the entrails of the last priest. Get his ass! How long does it take to beat a robot to death? The answer may surprise you. You know, despite everything, I still find myself drawn to these. Portraits of the good, the right life congealed into an inert and frozen object world, safe from the back and forth of creatural existence. Snapshots from a place as alien to us as the canyons of Mars. Who are you talking to? Come on, we found a fire exit. For real? Well, never mind then. That was crazy. Before leaving, we took stock. There wasn't much left standing in the free port where the lion had passed. I was sort of worried we'd accidentally wiped out the international art market in the tumult, but according to the papers, the paintings continue to be bought and sold as though nothing had changed. Empty Lot's influence continued to spread. There were even children's cartoons to better convey his moral teachings in contemporary form. This adaptation was mostly known for the volume and variety of pornographic fan art inspired. Huh. Interesting. That's crazy. That was cool. It was trippy. I didn't expect all that. To be going into a painting and... Wait, I'm lost. Wait, drool? Okay, wait. Go this way. Then I'll go this way. Blood. This is kind of... how much were the tickets again? I'm becoming increasingly skeptical that all the young people love it. Blood this way? Warning. Oh. Blood of the killer. What are these birds? And nurses? Blood of the killer. And there's the bird. Oh no, our zines! It's just a regular night in the big city. Yes, that's what I'll say. They don't know I'm delivering a package. Package? What's inside? I'll never tell. I feel it moving softly in my pocket. That's regular. Don't think about it. Whoa! This is crazy. Where am I? I sort of got turned around. Don't think about it, don't think about it. Don't think about it. Oh, that's right. I meant to try looking it up next time I had one of those dreams. Well, these things are always open to discussion. Dream Interpretation Guide 5e. Like Dungeons and Dragons? Travel Edition. Huh. Dreams of snakes, a lucky dream which portends success in business and in snakes. Dream of water. Like the water, you too shall receive lottery jackpot dividends. Dreams of delivering a package. Violent death impending. Don't make plans. Oh gosh. BB's report. It's 10 a.m. and I'm heading out of the city to investigate a zine deal gone wrong. In the small town of Rivertown, a new distro was started with assistance from XX City. But recently, communicates from town have stopped appearing. Communicates? That's what commuters are called here? Except fancy? As the only one who has a rail card, I was appointed to re-establish contact and report on the progress of the scheme. The name of my contact is Clarice. Bong. The next stop is Rivertown. Final stop, Rivertown. This train no longer stops at Factory. I mean, it sounds fine, but what do I do if she's just been too busy to call? Break her legs? Alas, our organizational charter commits us to accountability in the scene. Oh, we have a different outfit. And there's bird people. And a nurse. I've never been out here before. Maybe I should try to be more worldly. People are staring at me in the station, so I smile and wave back. That's how you do things in the country. Welcome to Rivertown, home of the drinky bird. Visit world's largest drinky bird while you're here. Well, you see, this is what you find when you take the time to expand your horizons. The world's largest drinky bird? That sounds kind of cool. The statue commemorates the 200 workers incinerated by the Great Drinky Bird Factory Fire. Oh. On the other hand, tourist stuff is pretty much the same all over. In brochure speak, this town is picturesque. I'll find out what that means someday. The houses are pretty, but half the doorways are bricked up as if the place were set on becoming its own shrine. I am here. Well, Clarice's place isn't far, but I don't even have her number. Wouldn't it be weird if I just show up? Maybe I should buy her a sandwich or something as well. Rows of wooden, non-functional little drinky bird statues are the only thing for sale in the street kiosk. Are these things a lost technology? Maybe they keep the real ones for connoisseurs. Warning, there's a person with a mask. A beautiful remnant of the town's prosperous heyday, sealed and preserved by the Historical Society. Oh, the bricks are a bit much, but I guess I can't blame them for being thorough. Why does it look like a river of blood? Beneath me is the town's famous river, the Erg, stained red by generations of opaque industrial processes. A real taste of the pastoral. I wonder if I can get a postcard while I'm here. Oh, so it's like rust and crap. Okay. Not to be that guy, but everyone here looks the same. When I visit somewhere new, I always find myself imagining what it would be like if I lived there. If this road were the one I walked... And just saw a dude jump. The one I walk down every day, expected invisible. The same trips to the... Okay, that dude is still behind us. The same trips to the shops and the bus stops, only now infused with mystery. Like I could be looking at my life from the outside, as if I were myself to become a stranger. I wonder if watching Gilmore Girls has given me inflated expectations around small-time life. Anyways, if I have these directions right, Clarice's apartment should be right in the middle of that smoldering wreckage. Uh-oh. Smoldering wreckage? Oh no. Oh man, poor Clarice. I hope she got out in time. Wow. And we just got snapped up.
Don't worry, I'm a murderer.
Yes? Boy, was I surprised to hear they sent two of us out here. I guess this town must be a big deal than it looks. Incidentally, where's your mask? I'm incognito. Well, good news. I'm nearly through with my report. Yes, the case is very nearly closed. Maybe you wasted a trip. Ha ha ha. Just one or two loose ends.
Listen, here's the list of these places on the same supply chain.
Check them out and try to re-establish contact. And don't tell anyone who isn't a murderer, or I'll have to beat them slowly to death with a hammer. On second thought, tell whoever you like. Ha ha ha. So he can beat them to death with a hammer? Gee, thanks. Well, I better go. Safe, unsafe travels?
Unsafe? Wow, that's a pro.
Wait, is he gonna catch Wise? Okay, that dude just got slashed. Man, what was that all about? Was that guy looking for Clarice? It didn't seem like a good time to ask him for clarity. Well, it's not like I have any other leads, and some of those do seem like places you might drop off a zine. Record store? Excuse me, would there be a record store around here?
Follow the smoke.
Oh. Well, he may have exaggerated a bit. Any smoke here would have already disappeared along with the owners. Melted 78s form thick black puddles in the ash. Blue D. Hands and his Night Stranglers. Live from the Bird Museum. I wish I had a chance to poke around in here before it burned. Wait. This music is crazy. Okay, so there was a murderer who thought we were a fellow murderer. But then he got murdered by a bird with a knife. A sturdy if charred brick passage stretches out behind the collapsed shell. Is this the way to employee lounge? Well, it's probably not the lounge. The air feels different here, like I walked into a much larger structure. Is this a transport tunnel or something? What's with all the crates? This place looks untouched by the fire. Tightly packed bundle of rubber horror mask. A sticker on the side reads XX City, but is it from or to? Hey Mandy, I'm thinking aloud, but wouldn't it be a lot easier to follow this girl if we just broke both her legs? I mean, as inconspicuously as possible. That's a good point. Handy, but we've got to stay undetected. I've got it. Let's kill her first, then we break her legs and follow her around. Yes, wait, hold on. I feel like we are missing something here, but what? But what? How many possible combinations are there for A, killing her, breaking her legs, following her around? Maybe we should experiment until we find one that feels right in the moment. So they're following me around and they want to break my legs. I see an iterative approach. Well, that's 6 possibilities unless we do some of them more than once. But does the perfect combination really exist? Handy, I want to believe it. Oh, but aren't you just the cutest little murderer? Yes, you are. You're going to be executed for your crimes against history. Yes, you will. Stop that. Wait, why does everyone in this town think I'm a murderer? Is it just the code? No use denying it. We've already seen you around with notorious criminals, Murderer X. Also, we've been reading your zine. A truly heinous document that records your many crimes. July 3rd, Cannibal Blood Feast. July 10th, more knife murders. July 13th, Decomposing Corpse. Those are bands. It's called a scene report. Also, did you really read my zine? Like, all of them? What do you think? A little prolix. That's not a problem you'll have anymore. Everyone's a critic! Oh, a lot of these rubber mask things are. We're climbing? Why would anyone store their mask this way? I see a door up top and clamber on, greasy rubber Dracula mask slipping out in the great cascades beneath my feet. I still hear the two pursuers, but hopefully it's harder to find. Climb these stuff in heels. Did I fall into a war between... This is a very high-end, horrible mask facility for such a small town. I wonder who's running it, and hopefully I never have to find out. Oh, she's wondering if she's like in between a murder rivalry. Kill you, kill you, kill you, kill you. What did I actually learn from all that? Well, at least there are two people in the town who bother keeping up with zines. I wonder if they ever met Clarice. Next place, we'll have some answers. The book depository? You know, not to sound jaded, but I feel like I already have a good idea which building here will turn out to have been a book depository. Doesn't this place have a fire department? Mysteriously uncharted pages in the wreckage. Were they placed here after the fire? What do they say? A True History of Murderers and Record by a Concerned Citizen. Holy... this dissertation! What is this crap? The Wrecker History of the Murderers and Wreckers, that is the false history which stands in place of the true history, evident to the merest child is that false history which the Wreckers and Murderers seek to substitute for the glorious true history of the world. The truth of history is a beautiful house filled with statues, etc., and it is the people without history, the murderers, the wreckers, and the conspirators, who stand outside this house and try to break in through the windows in order to replace everything with their disease history and their wrecker history, which a child can tell is the false history, but which nevertheless is passed to us as the real history, and the true as opposed to the really true, and the truly real history, which is that of the houses and the monuments and factories and statues and beauty and truth and such like, which again a simple child can detect and point to and say, this is true and this is mine. This is true history passed on to the... oh my goodness. It just keeps going. What the... hey, wait a minute, come back here. Why are we following this dude? And he's leaving a trail. Why is this guy running away from me? On the other hand, why am I chasing him? Well, I have to admit it makes a nice change from the usual way around. My vengeance needs bloods. Henry James. Return of the Masters. The spoils of Ponyton mine at last. What? Who's there? No, it can't be. You're... aye! Crunching, slippery flesh noises. Nobody appreciates the classics. I wonder where the hat guy went. Is this some kind of private cinema? Decades of moldering promo posters molt off as I pass by. Feels like I'm the only person here for years. Whoa. More literary adaptations. Another mangled decors, but how? Ah, if only every aspect of this case weren't suffused by such exquisite ambiguity. Huh. You know, I'm kind of lost the plot here. So we're in a new city that's known, that has a lot of bird people with a lot of bird memorabilia, and now we're trying to hunt down, I don't know, something about zines. The desk in the office slightly less cobwebby than anything else around. On it I find shredded copies of Clarice's zine and a flyer for the river town. We're trying to figure out what happened to Clarice, our last contact in the I don't know, zine industry that we're part of. Well, I want to visit some tourist stuff while I was here. I need to make a zine. That sounds really cool. Oh, after wandering a bit down the alleys, I eventually tracked down the Rivertown Historical Society. It's pokier than I was expecting. But I guess it's plusher on the inside. Glass bird eyes are staring back at me from every corner of the room. Is this history?
Therefore have sailed the seas and come to the holy city of Byzantium. Welcome, welcome, lovers of history. Welcome to the Museum of Mechanical Birds. Yes, more than just drinky birds, though they form the firm foundation of which our fair town is built. We must strive to see beyond them, move beyond them as our fathers did, yes. The immortal golden bird, glory of changeless metal. Well, plastic, but the tradition remains the same, alive, vital, living and unliving. Image of grace, images of fear. Machines of burnished gold adorn the great court of Byzantium, and their functions was so terrifying to demonstrate wealth and skill, and suggest these things might be turned upon the viewer. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Where are we going? Oh, down the stairs? A beautiful tradition that comes on today. Contemporary mechanical birds include the military, industrial complex, video games, and the internet. Yes, what more might we find by following this river to the source? Oh. At points of widening income disparities, similar icons are always required. And so the my fathers, decided to take our novelty as amusement factory into a new direction. One which could catch and manifest the shape of history. New birds for a new age. Yes? Then what happened? Alas, the factory burnt down after construction of the first prototype Drinky Bird Mark II. The town was never the same. But I still think we'll catch the culprit someday. Don't you put your name and address in the guest book? Oh, sorry, commemorative t-shirt, ashtray, mug. It's a mechanical bird thing? Man, I'm never gonna wear this shirt. Okay, and then there was the killer. Up there. Street market? Oh, that's cool. We're on like a little map. Hey, I'm going off script. You can't contain me. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, a little drinky bird. Clarice? Huh. A town's secret history is at the junk store. That's what I'd say if I hadn't accepted my own rat-like impulse to dig around in piles of used clutter by now. Still, you find things out. Oh, we're at a market. Huh. Seems lively. Entering crate mode, I rummage and discover cookery books, bits of wire, machine parts, old video game consoles, used medical textbooks with horrifying illustrations. The search goes on.
anthologies of inscrutable political cartoons, mushy golf balls, old newspapers with rambling letters to the editor from a concerned citizen. Rubber spiders? Gah, scratch that. Regular spider. Underneath the board dolls, I pull out a box of ancient drinky bird figurines. But whatever strange alchemy once made them drink has long departed. Sweet bird of youth. Oh my goodness, anatomy models and paintings? Wait, that's a painting of us. Nobody glances at me as I explore, which is possibly some roundabout way of asserting vendors' dominance. Well, there's no sign on the warehouse in the back to say it's not part of the sale area. Oh. I wonder if they keep the good stuff back here. Fragments of decrepit industrial machinery are stacked haphazardly around the corridor. Perhaps this is the good stuff to someone. Yeah, one man's trash is another's treasure. The drawers of the old office desk are stuffed with rotting, mulching receipts. The header on one reads Golden Bird Companies LLC. These are all from the Drinky Bird place? They really tried to scale. Wait, I'm lost. Over here? Oh my goodness, I went back to the beginning. Bow, bow, bow. Old conchs and river casting trays, the outline print of them seem familiar, like a face I glimpsed once in a dream. At the back of the last table, I find a binder. The words Drinky Bird Mark II production notes are written in the biro, the spine. I open up and find some kind of cray? An essay about sword fighting a bear? What? Okay, here's what's going on. From what I can piece together, there was a fire. And now some lunatic is going around burning these locations just like the Mark II Drinky Bird fire. A copycat killer. Just kidding, I have no idea what's going on. We see that in the organic world to the same degree that reflections get darker and weaker. Graceful, oh my goodness. Grace grows ever more radiant and dominant, but just as two lines intersect on one side of the point, and after passing through infinity suddenly come together again on the other side, or the image in a concave mirror suddenly reappears before us, after drawing away into the infinite distance. So too does grace return once perceived has traversed the infinite, such that it's, this has lost me, that it's simultaneously appears the purest in human bodily structures that are either devoid of consciousness or possess an infinite consciousness, such as in the jolted mannequin or the god. Someone's in here with us. So of course BB investigates. Oh frick. Wait, it's the music like from the dream. Clarice? Wait! What the? We're playing as Clarice. We're playing as Clarice trying to find BB. So whoever... Oh my goodness! She was hiding behind a painting. So that was Clarice or not? Maybe she just didn't recognize me. I think I'm finally out of leads. Is it a breach or fake detective etiquette to just go home? Attention patrons. Don't get up. Open mic time is about to begin. Please enjoy the first act in an hour of amateur musical style. If you take a walk downtown and find some time to look around. If you see me and I walk on by, oh darling, don't you cry. Tonight we'll meet at the end of the street, you and me. Nearly getting killed is bad enough without having listened to music no numbers on top of it. I've been here all day and what did I even accomplish? I'm sick of it. I'm going home. The zine committee will have to cut their losses. What do I pay my dues for anyways? Well, admittedly, the tote bag is kind of cute. Nevertheless, I'm out of here. A train pulls up as I reach the station. I hop on board. Great! I didn't find what happened. Find out what happened, and that's just how it goes. That's life. That's how I write it up. This seat is the comfiest thing I've ever felt. It's polyester or something. They should roll me up in this when they put me in the grave. Bong! The train is now departing. The next stop is factory. The final stop, factory. Uh-oh. Wait, we need to tell him don't go to factory? Oh! Wait, don't kill me! Where did they go? Bless this mess? I don't know where I am, but I appear to have both eyes and most of my blood. Were those two just posers after all? A cool night breeze coming in the open door. We're back in this town? Statues half submerged in ivy heap up on the lawn. Unlit factory buildings spread out in the distance, leading inexorably towards the mansion on the hill. The door's wide open. Aren't they afraid someone might steal all their clocks? Hey, there's a mimeogram. I've always wanted one of those. Smudged carbon copies are piled ankle deep across the floor, sternly announcing the dangers of unfettered mimography. What do these letters say? Dear sirs, first my warm compliments upon the previous day's Mary Worth cartoon. Huh. Increasing outrageous price of cinema popcorn. Decline of moral values, rivers of blood. Can they legally call it a happy meal if eating one makes me depressed? A concerned citizen. All these are complaint letters? Man, these things are bleak. Wait a minute. Dear sirs, I hope this epistle finds you well. Here's an idea of a new Mary Worth cartoon. Feel free to use it. In the cartoon, Mary Worth is depressed and sad, and down in the dumps about her life. The life that was promised and the life that was had, and the ruins of her parents' drinky bird factory. The crumble of a dynasty that never came to pass. So this is an idea, but this is reality of the writer. That never came to pass when she started to read a poorly printed samizdat she picked up on the record store with a sticker on the cover calling it a zine. The zine says that it's about history, and so she reads it, but it's not a history, it's a bad dream and a horror story in which all the names and faces she reverses from books and statues reappear instead as torturers and killers, as toadies and functionaries of a charnel house. And she reads, she feels as though the beautiful story she adores and worships has been replaced by a lake of blood that has no bottom, and she and everyone she knows is sinking in the lake, and so is her house. It is at this point, the comic strip, that Mary Worth has a grand realization. She realizes all recorded history is the object of a vast conspiracy, and that the name given to this conspiracy is that of zines. Acronym? This conspiracy was the worm in the great apple that is history, and the reason that apple now turns to crap in her mouth, and that her life will continue to get worse and worse until the evil conspiracy of records can at last be smashed and killed and put to an end. Please give me credit if you use this cartoon. Concerned citizen. This is like, some of this is like mirroring what's happening on this journey. The bad dreams, the zines. Clarice? Is she asleep? She's not chasing me. I should go, but this is my chance to see if it's really Clarice under that mask. This is a really stupid decision. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Yeah, we made a real mess of her face getting all the pieces inside. This way, please. Don't worry. She's harmless until you turn the key. Mostly we just hang coats on her and stuff. Hey, that's right. Where'd my coat go anyways? Oh, it's around here somewhere. You didn't really have to figure for... It was like chasing around the kid from Don't Look Now. Okay, thank you. Next, I'll get my clothes from the sexy Halloween nurse bin at the party warehouse instead. Couldn't hurt. Why are we following them? Didn't they try to kill us?
Hello? Yes, that's right. I, heir to the Drinky Bird dynasty, and secretly the concerned citizen whose inflammatory pamphlets have been causing such a stir.
I don't really care.
The sang Freud expected of a true revolutionary, right down to the classic cell system. Each distro or cadre knows nothing of the other. But you didn't predict what remained of the Drinky Bird Mark II technology could be used to rewire a human brain. A rookie error.
Zine HQ Rivertown? That store booster.
Once we infiltrated the network, it was easy. It was a shame your organization's tendrils had reached to many local businesses, but sacrifices must be made. Interestingly, they all had some sideline involving rubber horror mask as well. Coincidence, I guess. Why is that the thing?
Why is that the thing you guys aren't paranoid about?
And up here is you, attention caught by all the carnage, a representative of the National Corps, and sent out to review the situation. Admittedly, I didn't think you'd burn down half the town in the process. Who knows what true depravity lurks in the criminal soul.
Man, I only got here today. I thought you people were the ones burning stuff down.
Don't be silly. Wait, if not you, then who? Well, it's nothing you have to worry about. Just give me a second and then this body won't be you anymore. It will be a new thing that has your face and name, and we are going to use it to kill all your friends. Won't that be nice? Nurses, can you bring the blood bucket before I open her head this time? Nurses?
Oh snap, Clarice.
You deal with it.
Do I smell smoke? Well, I guess this would explain it. Incinerating letters to the editor lights up the stairs. Just why is fire safety such an issue in this town? Smoke pours through the carpets and twists from the strange shapes in the air. Glimpses figures, vegetable outlines, emerging and dissolving in the air, reaching hands, and ghosts staring ahead, a bloody mask. Is this the history that guy was keen on? I don't know if I get the appeal. This is the worst work vacation of my life. I can't believe I didn't even get to see the world's largest dinky bird. Ah. Oh my, he chopped the head of that concerned citizen and is now drinking the blood. Wait, don't. Is that my coat? Thank you. I'm glad you feel better. Incidentally, I'm here to check in on the zine distro you're putting together. Okay, maybe that was pushing it. After a while, I made my way out off of the statue and took the last train home. What remains of the mansion is still burning when I left. I never found out what happened to Clarice, but they say if you hold a zine event in a quiet country town, she will appear and not buy anything. What? That's such a hodgepodge of stuff. So we now know who started the fires. It was the killer. This is our second time that we've come face to face with him and lived. He's actually killed other killers. So far he hasn't been that bad. Wait, but didn't he also drown Tammy? Huh. Years? Years of the killer. What is this? I'm gonna take a little break, but this will be our next one. Give me like, I don't know, a couple minutes? I'm just gonna stretch my legs a little. Alright, alright. We're back. So I was thinking about what we just saw. Bro, why is the killer deep-throating a sax? I was thinking about what just happened. I'm still trying to process. There's a concerned citizen. We went there to check on Clarice. Okay. Clarice got taken by these nurses. These nurses are trying to find unsuspecting people. Or maybe it's closer to like something to do with the zine. Because he had like a whole like whiteboard dedicated to like the zine HQ and stuff like that. And the nurses did read our work. Which I guess is a hint saying that this doctor is targeting people who work in like the zine industry. They caught wind that someone was going to come and investigate Clarice. So that's why the nurse was at the station waiting for us. They turned Clarice into like a killer. Because like the surgeon, I don't know, does stuff with people's brains. And we got caught up in that. And he was about to do the same to us. But Clarice, even after being like experimented upon and like supposedly losing herself in the process, she has like a moment of clarity, I suppose. Or maybe she just happened to be killing the nurses. But I would like to think a part of Clarice is still in there. And she shoves us out the window so that we don't die in the fire. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe she wasn't even cognizant of that. And she just shoved us out the window to kill us. Either way, it worked out. We didn't have to deal with the fire. We didn't have to deal with the red-faced killer. Alright. Let's continue. BB staring at the ceiling. I think this is it. This is the time. This is finally the time that I murder somebody. Bruh. ZZ, I wanted to let you know I'm prepared to walk the demon's path without honor or humanity. Alright, have fun. Wow. That's it. I'm vanishing into the abyss. Only one word is sounding through my brain. Kill, kill. BB, if the music from upstairs is bugging you so much, why don't you just wear earplugs? I do wear earplugs. I can still tell that it's there. It's been 3 days of not getting enough sleep since then I've become more beast than human. Somebody who can't be held responsible for the horrible crimes they're about to commit. So you're going to slip a passive-aggressive note in under their door? It's going to be very snippy. I don't like to do this, but sometimes it comes down to desperate measures. I'd knock on their door, but that's usually a bad idea in this apartment building. Boy, these passages are really starting to fall apart. What's back there anyway? A man dressed as a clown sits unmoving in the empty room. At least he's not playing his records loud. Whatever happened to being neighborly? How come no one else also bothered by this music? Am I the unreasonable one here? Is this a normal thing to do? Down the pipes comes echoes from the whole apartment complex. Footsteps, voices, thumps of furniture being moved in rooms you'll never get to see. Solid night ambience. Gone. And for what? I'm a simple person who needs 8 hours straight of dim whisper noises and fingernails scuttling in order to be at my best. Is this too much to ask of other people? What about my needs? The way they play up the whole act of slipping a note asking people to keep it down. I didn't even think there was anybody on this floor. Thick layers of dust lie undisturbed on plastic ferns. The wallpaper is on a rare nautical theme. Ooh, that's kind of sick. Flesh-like sludge seeps out from underneath the door. So much for slipping a note under there. The door itself swings open as if from a secret breath. Okay, what is this? Realistically, this is a job for the custodian, but I'd still like to get some sleep sometime tonight. Where's that sound even coming from? Did someone leave their radio on under the goo? Inside it looks like some kind of instrument. I can dimly see a record turning. What kind of dark relic could be buried in the middle of all this? Midnight sex party at Dracula's house. Exciting surf instrumentals for young people. By Blue D. Hans and his Night Stranglers. Hey, I know those. B-side, Haunted Castle. Now what is this? Ah. So, of course we explore it. And might I add, it's quite loud. Oh my goodness, there are birds choked up in this... I don't know. It looks like the paste they used to make ground meats. Like hot dogs. What the? That is the killer. Oh my god, POV. Wow, sensational. Wasn't that poignant? Let's all give a hand to our up-and-coming recording artist, BB, with her new songs Forced to Eat a Bird. Remember to support local talent by buying her CD. And now, the act you've been waiting to see, the horrible Screaming Murderers, with their hot new single, Screaming, 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 Screaming. Oh my god. I'm lowering the volume, but just know it's as loud as you think it is. Hey, Kat, you're set. Very milk can. Care to answer some questions about my zine? It's zine, as in magazine. Also, where am I? What day is it? Question 1. What are your influences? There's a record by Blue D Hands, and like a house and a bird with just some abstract in the shape of a bird. Like the Holy Spirit? What? Stab Magazine. Catholicism sweeps new wave. Ask for her opinions on the vernacular. Mass. Up and coming artist BB replies. Review the top new crimes. Knives or rope? Old favorites ranked at last. Later in the same piece, he calls you the Pat Boone of singing about murder. What does that mean? Why does everyone who write a music zine talk that way? Well, I support your dreadful cultural ambitions, but don't you have anywhere else to put all these boxes? I was hoping these were yours. What's inside anyways? Having fun with BB on stage? 12 super hits? Yes, pretty much what I was expecting. Listen. Sounds kind of Beach Boys-y. Well, I did sometimes daydream about being a pop musician. Although I also like to imagine I'd be conscious at the time. At least the lyrics will be easy to remember. I just hope I can get rid of these CDs. ZZ, I think I'm... Why are you wearing a tie? I just got a job. Some kind of youth group on the Beach District was looking for someone to run their email newsletter. With my knowledge of HTML, I was naturally the top choice. Now, I'm officially an office lady, or OL. Wow, okay. Okay, ZZ. It's just a matter of time till I start making the big bucks and can finally pursue my dream job of becoming a gothic novel heroine. Couldn't you do that anyway? It turns out to require a surprisingly large amount of starting capital. Incidentally, BB, if you want my advice of finding a job, feel free to ask. It appears I know all the tricks. Thanks, but I seem to have my own thing going on right now. Bro. Oh, yeah, let's go over here. ZZ, can I use your computer to look up something? Sure, just don't look at the other tags. Cement mixing videos 4 hours? That's crazy. Rockadoodle girl chicken reel? Blue D Hands and his Night Strangler's fan shrine. It was the toughest case I've ever handled, but I always had trouble saying no to a dame. How do I turn off the detective? Just ignore him. I still need to update the blocker. The detective is crazy. Our new location. Well, it's not like I really have any other place to start. We're investigating? And let me guess. Of course, now I'm gainfully employed, I'll need to find a volunteer to run to the table of the Retromaniacs convention this week. Absolutely not, I'm busy. Only serial killers attend those things anyway. Oh, don't give me that. You hang out with serial killers all the time. I run away from serial killers all the time, not sell them merch. Well, maybe you should monetize your hobbies. Player select? BB at the center, the city center. There's ZZ, the Beach District. Let's start here first. Let's see, Pyramid Street is fresh meat out on the Rat District and the Temple, the Patriarch. It's not too far. One nice thing about the city is that everything is just a sulk away. Some policemen at the intersection are examining. Wait, I think I can boost the volume a little bit. if you get blasted, I'm just know I'm getting blasted too. Examining a pool of blood through a comically big magnifying glass. They've closed off the street, but that's okay since I can head down the side. Street closure. The suspect? The doctor! Yes, it was me, doctor. I definitely will not take your blood from your body. No. Or more like, That's a little joke. There's another closure up ahead, but I think I can cut through that apartment complex, maybe? I don't feel my best today. Can't get that tune out of my head. Junk leaflets are piled through the door of the lobby. Everyone's busy. Behind the doors I can hear movement. Low thumps and clangs. Uncertain and irregular. Like people working in the dark. Or else like people... Who put the bomb in the bump bump bump? Well, it's not like there isn't some other dumb fad every few months here. Like the unboxing craze. It was almost a relief when they started finding body parts. Hey, isn't this the address? Lipstick traces on a cigarette. Every lovely lingers with me yet. Do do do. Funeral man? I'm sorry for your loss. Me too. Golden Grave? 1 second. Hello. You must be one of the investors. Make yourself at home. Please excuse the mess. You caught us in the middle of some excitingly dynamic organizational reshuffling. Dang. Boy, these are some quality coffins. Just to avoid a comical misunderstanding here. You guys are a music label? Yes, a label for the new music. This way. What the? Why is this? Please, no more venture capital. No more, please. Please ignore my soon-to-be ex-business associate. I can assure you everybody here is 100% thrilled by our move into a more creative direction. What you want is right down the stairs. I admit the change in direction came as a surprise to us as well, but the invisible hand can make no mistakes. Blue D hands. Stacks of old band merch in the basement that we found when we moved in. The copyright has expired. We just thought the name was cool. Bags of money started showing up soon after. Wait, Golden Grave. With Japanese letters. That's how I knew that this was the start of a new age. That vast rewards would be awaiting anyone bold enough to drop what they were doing and seize the throne of cultural production. What is this? Introducing the stars of tomorrow. You think this is loud? It's freaking loud. I've turned it down for you guys, but I can barely hear myself think. How a simple and delicate arrangement of wires. The breeze from our passing is enough to set them twirling. A new dance every time. Tremendous savings. Wait, it almost sounds good though. Yes, indeed. Are these all, locally sourced? Oh, we've just been using whatever washed up on the beach. These are the prototype models. It'll be a while yet before we're ready to scale up production. The next steps will be getting them to sing. Listen, put your ear up to his chest. Don't be shy. Doesn't it sound exactly like the ocean? BB storage closet? Let's go to ZZ. This is crazy. Unidentified corpse is a player. That is insane. I love that there's a goofy little thing at every chapter. They're always adding some like new weird stuff to these. A ZZ journal. Waged labor, so it's finally come to this. Awful. Penance for my misdeeds in a former life? Well, nevertheless, the gray mouse of despair travels over my duvet. When I made the thumbnail, I didn't know we would actually get to play a ZZ. I should have given her a tie. Another beautiful and tragic journal entry. Eventually, I'll package all these up and sell it as a book. ZZ, the poor dead genius whom everyone mistreats. Why not get my posthumous validation while I'm still alive? Well, I better get back to work. Positive Way LLC, all they said is that it was around the boardwalk somewhere. Can businesses be shy? I guess it's still off season. Heaps of unsold beach merch, mold or crabbily behind the nailed up doors. Two gulls on the boardwalks are trying to peck apart a plastic clam. Further down the road, beach, I see people moving towards the water. Are they trying to surf? We don't get any big waves out here. In fact, I'm not even sure if it's an ocean. Oh my goodness. These board towels. What the? My gamer boyfriend has never been charged for crimes committed in 1988, 1991, and 1993. And if not stopped, he will kill again. And yes, he bought me this shirt. I still have time before work, so decided to catch up on this psychic health of the culture, as revealed by a slogan shirt on the sassy beachwear. Future murder victim. I should get this one for BB. That is so real. The spiral stair seems older at the pier. Seaweed crunches underfoot as I head down. What's the thing they say about seaweed? It only grows above the water level or something? Well, this looks like the place. Time to launch my professional career. I've never really had a job before. Maybe they're good. I'll try to keep an open mind. Hello.
Hello, hello.
I'm the new hire.
That was today? Well, you certainly got here just in time. I used to be in charge of keeping the website up myself. But I'm not help at all the new technology. Hep on all the new technology these days. Hello. I mean, HTML3, HTML4, what's next?
Yes, that's how they get you. You made the right call getting me in.
Luckily, I had your desk set up already. It's just back here, past the communal dormitory. This is the main office. The fax machine is to your left. As you can see, we're very modern.
Are we the only people here? ZZ's asking the right questions. And you have to go really deep in order to find.
Oh yes, of course, officially they're all out on the away mission. But I don't think they'll mind you borrowing a desk while they're away. Hahaha. This is computer. Use the arrow keys to move around and access sites and programs.
Yes. Wait, why did you hire me if you didn't think I knew how to use a computer?
No one else applied.
Well, at least he's paying me. I wonder what their site looks like. Oh my goodness, this arrow. This is crazy! Red alert, next stage of human evolution imminent. Comet Hyakutake brings closure to the positive way research. Get paid to read email. Yes, that figures. My goodness. Organization large trash. Organizing large trash pickup for the big day. Whoa. Big sale positive video lecture series. So you decided to return to the sea. Many of you feeling that leaving the sea was a bad decision. In this hour-long tape, Mr. President examines the pros and cons before coming to a measured and reasonable conclusion. The mundane monochord. Know your rights, know your responsibilities. Giggles, guffaws, and goofs. The best laugh times at the compound. Princess D. Memory reward. Look, a job's a job. I'm not running away. I'll just find the guy and try to be very clear about my career expectations. Also, I should probably ask for the money up front. Okay, so we're going into the remarkably eerie back room in order to find him. What is this flooring? It's as if we're in like a skating rink or something. It's kind of sick, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I didn't hear you come in. Just working on one of the organization's little venue sidelines. But sales have really fallen off since Volume 4. I'm starting to think people have had enough of soothing aquatic mammal sounds.
Well, anything is possible.
Alas, you're not seeing the organization at its finest. When I think about the glory days, when the group was still together, not yet departed to the level beyond human, vanished to the next dimension, never to return. Hello, we came back.
Let's go with the unidentified corpse. Whoa.
Sometimes I sit in my grave, I sit and dream of the world I saw back in the golden age of the horror-themed novelties records. Listen, let me tell you about it.
Oh, he's got a guitar.
Everyone knew it was the big next thing. Every night there'd be another band, private press recordings, so amateurs they were sometimes just a background hiss. Like night surf. Running, screaming, wearing masks. I don't know who came up with that. It seemed like a good idea at the time. I was in a group called the Cat People. At the time, we were all thought Cat People would be the next big monster archetype, like Wolfman or the Mummy. It was an innocent time. We had a sense of purpose then. There was one group everyone liked. They had a maniac killer theme that was very outer at the time. During set, they'd stop and point onto the audience. Later on, another body would wash up on the beach. Nobody minded. We all knew it was part of the exchange. Somehow the scene never hit it big. Things lost momentum at some crucial point. Bands split up, the money never arrived. One by one, people drifted away, back into the straight world. But I never felt disheartened. I knew the life we glimpsed was still out there, buried under history like an unexploded mine. I know that there's a place for me beneath those waves.
Huh. Interesting. Wait, that was kind of cool. Eventually, Funeral Man gave me the scoop. The rest of the merch they found in the cellar was being sold off that day at a memorabilia event. But to get inside, I'd have to do something I swore I'd never do again. Work? Why is there like a plastic or a cardboard cutout of ZZ? To avoid eye contact with potential retromaniacs, I've been catching up with the music press. BB Death's alive? Bro, I just banned this robot on Twitch called Double Breasted Juice Ad. That is kind of tough, I'm not gonna lie. My alter ego's been releasing more material. Where did I even find time for this? Did I pass out in the shower? Luckily, there are no customers yet, so I think I can slip away. The storefront isn't actually registered with the convention. It's cheaper to just set up in a closet and wait for someone to get lost. The main hall. It's busy, but I think I can make it through if I don't look anyone in the eye or express any kind of musical opinion. Actually, these people might be too busy to make money to be interested in killing me. Oh my god, they're all killers? Cultural workers? What the? Why are there... There's the heap of, victim dolls back there. Elephant guy? Classic guy that's holding up a human skin? Caesar films here. All kinds. Little Caesars, Black Caesars, High School Caesars, Deep Space Caesar, Caesar versus the Haunted Moon Woman. Fantastic value. Were the women haunted or was the moon? Mannequins and rusty cages. Direct. Discount puppets. Just a toilet. I love this exhibit right here. Just a toilet. Retromania. Wow, this does look like a con. This is like an artist alley, but deranged. Like in a, there might be a killer around any corner. Wait, except this place is full of killers, so. I saw you walking around. Please visit my store. If you are a true memorabilia head, you will find many rare items to your liking. I'm kind of busy right now. I like your mask. This is a circa 1975 Dapper Dog mask. Are you a Dapper Dog fan? List your top 15 Dapper Dog episodes now. You can't name even a single Dapper Dog episode, and yet you think it's okay to make some, I don't know, some little comment about my mask? People like you really make me sick. I think I'm gonna have to dream about you. Tonight, I'm going to dream about climbing through your window and wrapping my hands around your neck. It's a special dream I have about people I despise. Sometimes, I'm not even sure if it's really a dream. How much is the ceramic pineapple and the sunglasses? That's $400. Isn't he a delightful little fellow? I knew you had taste. Duh, did I lose him? I felt pretty lost. I feel pretty lost myself. The sound of the convenient. Retro revivals long ago, broken displays. The sound of chewing up ahead. What the? I know that guy! Consolidating into the new cultural form of the serial killer, just as all previously existing protagonists have been absorbed into the single official figure of the policeman. Further synthesis of the two into a kind of final protagonist of history or last man would be. This must be the business sector. Consultants are hard at work, pouring through the entrails of the culture, placing expensive bets upon the shape of things to come. Succeeding while dead. Huh. Is it the drone of conference speakers that makes me feel like falling forwards? Or is there something on me that's responsible to responding to their song? Oh no, I'm first person. Surf's up. Be true to your school. Some credit, X cities. Blue D hands have anticipated the cultural shift. From monster-themed horror to the maniac killer contemporary style. Commercially unsuccessful in his time, he is said to have eventually left the music biz for spiritual reasons. The magic of history. From the state violence found accommodating the beach district through proximity, their doctrine through proximity of negation has assimilated. Oh my goodness, the Church of the Negative is said to still survive today. The crying seems to be getting louder.
Excuse me. Sometimes thinking about the harsh reality of showbiz gets me all choked up. I hear you're beginning a musical career yourself. I too would like to be a pop sensation. People call me the Weepster Sob. Isn't that awful? But it takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I just want you to know that I feel really bad about all the horrible things we're about to do to you. I'll probably cry myself to sleep tonight, the same way I do every night. Hit it! I am the Weepster. I lead a sympathetic life. I am the Weepster. My heart is breaking on account of all the murders I commit. After day, I hunt down my scene rivals. So sad, so sad. How many more people do I have to chop apart before I get a media career? But can cultural ubiquity really fill the hole within my heart? I'm the Weepster. I'm trying to do my best. I am the Weepster. It's hard to be an empath in this 21st connected. Oh, won't you enjoy wallowing in my unexpected emotional depth? The tears of my career aspirations, are they enough to drown the world? The years 2000, 100 years have passed. I have successfully murdered everyone on the planet and been induced into the Rock and Roll Museum of Clothes. Pay attention to my sadness as I'm killing you. Just a second, I don't feel so. The world is the sum of the things which do not improve. If you don't stop singing, I'm gonna throw up on your shoes. Each night, I look up at the stars at their crying eyes. What? Contradicting the miserable bounty of the sun and dipped his beak into the chest of the dead earth.
dreaming, finding that the telephone of voice, the Black River flailing arm tail, endless over end of greenish moistened cardboard, not radiating infinitely outward, but rather shrinking towards the center of the sky. The red, yes, the red, no.
It's the bird we ate. Wait, now we're the Weepster. Oh dear. Will you stop interrupting my big musical number?
Wilt thou fight and perish for the kingdom of the bird?
Whoa. I love that there was a portion where you get to play as an unidentified corpse. That's kind of big baller moves. And then the musical number, I am the Weepster. What? You're right, that does look more professional. Wow. Live pray with streamers near you? You can't just have a wall of text these days, it scares people away.
What's with the little blobby cartoon guys? What's with the little blobby cartoon guys?
Nobody knows, but you've got to have them. The life of a web design professional. Busy. I'd better go make sure the shop's up and running too. We got a lot more traffic after buying all those podcast ad spots. I barely recognize this place anymore. Modifications are being made all the while. New driftwood suites sprouting out of every corner. Is this what they mean by scaling up?
It's young Zizi. I hear you've been coming up with some new ideas for our online store.
You bet, boss. For example, orgone pyramids are all well and good, but why stop there? What about the possibilities of non-pyramidal orgone items? Orgone wheat leaf? Orgone dollar sign? Orgone video game entity?
Very compelling. You know, it's rare we get someone of your entrepreneurial abilities joining a death cult. They generally prefer to start their own.
Well, for what it's worth, I'd rather regard myself more as a temporary employee. Anyways, do you still want me to take stock in the basement?
Yes, good idea. Maybe there's something else we put on the store there. Remember, everything must go.
You know, for a startup-type organization, these guys sure seem to be trying to stockpile as much ready cash as possible. Maybe I should get my CV ready again. Let's see here. Cultist training tapes? Can think of at least 2 distinct type of people who would pay for those. Affirmation CD-ROMs, expired calendars, whole shelves of glossy self-published books, each one proving beyond a shadow of doubt the existence of extraterrestrial life. They've never been opened. What dropped them? I wonder where that draft's coming from. That draft? Draft? Behind a bookcase? Oh, yes. Old doors all over the complex. They're all nailed up. The one behind the shelf swings invitingly open. Well, variants are always worth something. These are some nice corridors. It seems a shame to let them all get seaweedy. The friendly alien posters were an improvement, though. Why frame empty canvases? Opposite of a vase? Some of this might be tough to sell. Okay, maybe they do well on the novelty market. Funny retirement presents, etc. A shelf of old and worm-infested books. The words on every page have been carefully scribbled out. Cold seawater laps at the carpet. From somewhere in the darkness, I hear the barking of seals. Is this the career track I've heard so much about? Oh, this way? Huh. Oh, wait, no, I have to go the other way. Thesis 1. The world is the sum of the things that are not the case. What is thesis 2? The world, never the no. World 3 is just a hangman puzzle. Whoa. You would think these would be reused paintings from the art gallery, but no. Some of these are just new. Began to disappear piece by piece into the air until nothing was left. The clothes found by the acolytes turned into holy relics, emblems of the negative, the remains of their victims. Whoa. What the frick was that? Effects tracks, terrified screams, with a cheese grater, black hair, blue coat, name not recalled. Huh. Is that what we're listening to? With the missing last moments pressed into the new recordings. Screams repeated over and over, left on the rack in the basement of the sound effects library. Possible commercial applications? Could lead to video company. This was the inner sanctum of the old organization, so dedicated to negation that eventually they disappeared themselves. But you can't make a living out of that. I was new here at the time, but it was clear to me that we needed a change, a new direction. We can escape, build a new life, back under the waves, back where there are no waves. A new house. The board and hello? So am I getting made permanent or what? What the? Where are we? BB? Hey, the headless guy, just like in the pictures. Theater. The oceans. She's waking up. Get the rubber pipe. Wait, I'm not even punk, I'm new wave. There's a new wave? So the legends were true. You should go see Mr. President. The President is a great friend of the apartment. We have a police discount on our Zodiac reading. Soon the streetlights will come on. How long was I out for? I wonder what happened to the Weepster & Company. Piles of clothes are neatly stacked along the beach. Maybe they decided to head out for a swim. fresh signs taped upon the weathered boards. Discount spiritual opportunities and videotapes. Cheap. I think I recognize the handwriting. Wait, this way? Greetings, Mr. Chapker. Oh, it's you. Hi, BB. How goes the new career, ZZ? Oh, management disappeared. Everyone else lit out with as many office supplies as they could and I think this building might be sinking into the water. Your standard tech roll. Right now, I'm doing one last round of asset liquidation before fleeing. It turns out this guy online is interested in a box of old LPs found in the basement sector. BB, you're into music now. Do you think these could be worth anything? Hey, that's the record that we kept on hearing in our dreams. It's getting late. I can't believe this guy wouldn't wait till tomorrow. You're the one who wanted to get these records off our hands. Besides, if anyone wants to give us money, then we should respect their priorities. Gossip scoop. Funeral man found dead in the works, but... Whoa. Funeral man? Now remember, once we hand over the money, give all the clear and I'll trade the LPs. It's good to be careful with these kind of situations. Yes, indeed. Why did he want to meet at the planetarium anyways? He says it makes him feel at home. Whoa, what the frick? They're adding so much stuff with each chapter. It's crazy. There was like an ocean aquatic theme. We got to play as an unidentified corpse. The planetarium? I want to go to a planetarium. Hey there, thanks for coming out tonight. Aren't the stars pretty? It's a nice night. Do you think the world is basically good or basically bad? Man, I just work here. Good answer. Ever since I heard your CD, I knew we had a lot in common. People used to say, Blue, look around. Look at how beautiful the world is. Beautiful compared to what? I live here. It's nothing new to me. I've never known any other world. By rights, this one should be as unnoticeable to me as the back of my own head. But it's not. It doesn't feel that way. And that's how I knew that the world was not my home. There was another, the negative, the point of comparison. Flippin' heck, it's loud again. Do you think it's... I just turned down the freaking volume and it got louder. You think I'm just being lyrical, but it's true. It's a real place. I've been there. I've seen it. The counterworld. The invisible antipode. You've been to Australia? I was so flattered to be mentioned in that interview you did. It made me think it might be time for a comeback after all. I've seen so many things since I died. I can't wait to show everybody. You can go first since I know you're a fan. Come back. Did you bring my album? It's been a while. I wanted to make sure I remembered all the songs. Wait here. I'll bring it to you. You can trust me. I'm a verified seller. It doesn't matter. I've learned new words. On a red earth with a red sky, there are people there too. In the other world, they spoke. You did just go to Australia. Every building is the same. Every person is the same. Every sentence means the same thing. Lights out. Man, I'm not a parrot. I'm not going to fall asleep because you put a bag over my... Well, there's another nice mess you've gotten us into. So maybe you both aren't ready for headlines just yet. That's okay. You can stick to backup duties for now. We all have to pay our dues. What's that? It's the new wave. I thought you knew. Okay, fellas. I know it's been a while. The murderer is on the sax. But this is our big shot. Our chance to usher in the new. Why not start slow with a cover version? Psst, BB. I think I can untie this. BB? BB? There's a new sun rising up angry in the sky, and there's a new voice saying we're not afraid to die. Let the old world make believe it's blind and deaf and dumb, but nothing can change the shape of things to come. We gotta get out of here. Oh. What the? Haha, wee! It's this bird. Wow. Twang. Oops. Did any of you bring any string? This will just take a second. The wave of the news seems to have crested a little earlier than anticipated. Don't worry, I think we're going to turn this gig around. Do you remember the chords to Walk Don't Run? Hello? Hello? So we went into our brain and we squashed that bug or that bird that was possessing us? BB's report. After clinging to a piece of driftwood, ZZ and I eventually washed up on the beach and caught the last bus home. That was the last I saw of the band. In the end, the new wave broke apart before it could do much damage. By the time it rolled away, only the sassy beachwear store would be sassy no more. My newfound music career seemed to have ended at about the same time that all the money vanished from the scene. The remaining true believers spent their time on arcane factional disagreements before going underground. Stab magazines, true heads only, no scenes, no corporate. Weepster War update. Weepy Man's new single I'm the New Weepster is reported 4 new Answer records claimed to be or inhabited by the spirit of the original Weepster. New schism alert. In the end, the only sign that anything mysterious had occurred was an abrupt Beach Boy revival that seemed to last all summer long. We're all planning out a route we're gonna take real soon. That's crazy. Wow. That was insane. Years of the Killer. The Weepster, the dog, the toilet, that dead bird that was in us. That was really cool. I like that one a lot. There's the heart and there's the face of the killer. I think I'm gonna call it there for today, actually. That's a lot of reading. And also, I have stuff I fear I need to do. Whoa, what a really cool game. There's so much stuff going on, even though I don't understand like half of what's happening. It's like just an experience, you know? Bonus tunnels. I wonder if there's like a little bit of like a dev commentary thing later on. Oh. So we have heart, face in the bonus rooms next. Today we did flesh, blood, and ears. Hey, that's pretty good. The music balancing was a little crazy. Exit loader, yes. But overall, I mean, everything's been pretty awesome. Not gonna lie. Alright, but I'm gonna call it there. Take it easy. Enjoy yourself. Happy Friday. Got the weekend? Yeah. I might get going. Probably eat something. Maybe take a nap. Who knows? The options are endless. And the world is your oyster. Alright. I like this game because it's been a while since I've actually read anything, and so having to tackle these words that I'm unfamiliar with, or these concepts I'm unfamiliar with, is actually refreshing. And it's in a very fun medium. But yeah, alright. I'm gonna get going for now. We're gonna be finishing up this next week sometime. I don't know when. I might not be able to stream on Monday, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, I'm gonna get going. Thanks so much for hanging out. Have a great rest of the day. And as always, take care of yourself. Alright? Alright. Bye-bye. Bye.